This is the Horse Radio Network. This is episode 136 of Horse Tip Daily, a different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you one day at a time. Today's tip is sponsored by Echo Gold, high-performance products for the ultimate in comfort and protection for your horse. Enjoy today's tip. Glenn the Geek back with you from Lexington, Kentucky, and welcome back to Horse Tip Daily on the snowy Kentucky day here. We've certainly had our fair share of cold weather here in Kentucky this year. Well, today we have, speaking about cold, we have one of our favorite Canadians on with us, and that's Jessica Phoenix. Jessica is an eventer out of Canada, now I'm sure in Florida. And she qualified for the Canadian eventing team in 2008 for the Olympics and is one of the up-and-coming stars in Canadian eventing. She also has a large lesson program in Canada and is one of the most delightful people that you will hear on this show. And we'll get to Jessica right after we speak about a product, or actually a group of products that she uses, and that's Echo Gold. Echo Gold are high-performance saddle pads and horse boots, some sheets and different kinds of products that they have there, up there in Canada at Echo Gold. They're non-slip, 100% breathable, and the ultimate in comfort and protection for your horse. Made with high-tech materials and state-of-the-art design, Echo Gold's innovative products are the choice of top riders like Philip Dutton, McLean Ward, Ashley Holzer, Karen O'Connor, Boyd Martin, and our very own Jessica Phoenix. For more information about this fantastic line of products, go to echogold.ca. That's not .com, that's echogold, ECOGOLD.ca. They have some fantastic products. I highly encourage you to check them out. They are the favorites of many, many of the top riders across the world. They're definitely a product that you want to check out, whether you're a backyard trail rider or a active competitor. Check out Echo Gold at echogold.ca. Well, let's welcome eventer Jessica Phoenix back with us. Hi, Jessica, and welcome back to Horse Tip Daily. It's good to have you back.
Thanks, Glenn. It's great to be back.
You know, we're in the off season now, and we're really in the middle of winter, and I know that you're going to be heading to Florida soon, and I bet you every winter from being from Canada that you kind of look forward to seeing palm trees by that time of year.
We definitely do.
And you avoid the hurricane season, too, so you're really in Florida at the best time.
We try to just keep traveling at the best of times.
There you go. Now, when you travel to Florida, do you bring many of your horses, all of your horses? How do you do that?
What we do is we pack up the whole barn and we move it down to Florida.
Oh, so you're bringing everybody.
Yeah, so we bring everyone.
Wow, so you continue riding 16 horses a day? You just do it in a little warmer climate?
Yes.
Now, you obviously aren't doing lessons with your students and clinics like you would do at home during that period of time. So, and I guess, are there a lot of indoor arenas in Canada? Is that a popular thing or not?
That is a must-have in Canada.
Yeah, I would think.
We actually, my husband and I just bought our farm, so we don't have an indoor here yet, but I have a great neighbor, so we just trailer out every day and use their arena. It's got beautiful footing, but that's definitely on the top of the list for next year is an indoor.
Now, if you have an indoor, would you stay in Canada or would you still head south?
We'd still head south.
Yeah, it's still a little warmer.
Yeah,
you know, indoors, I always found indoors are sort of a dichotomy because they can tend to be so cold in there. Some indoors are just cold, you know?
Some are awful. They've actually, up in Canada, they've started to insulate the roofs.
Okay.
And then they have the plexiglass siding now that comes almost all the way down to the kickboards.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that system works, it lets the light in, but then the insulation holds the heat.
Okay.
So we don't have to call them ice boxes anymore.
Yeah, you know, it's almost like they're colder than outside.
A lot of them are. A lot of the older ones are freezing cold.
Yeah, okay. So that just wasn't me. I wasn't making that up then.
No, that's definitely true.
Well, our tip was not to insulate your roof or your indoor.
No.
What are we talking about?
What I want to talk about is even in the winter in Canada, when you're stuck in the indoors all the time, the horses tend to get a little bit bored. So I think it's always a good idea just when you come in just to do a little bit of groundwork with the horse, and not necessarily on the lunge line, but just having them walk beside you, and when you stop, they stop, and when you turn, they turn, and just to get that communication on the ground and just to establish that respect before you actually get on their back. The other thing that we do is we'll tie up the reins as though we're going to lunge the horse, and we'll just turn them loose in the arena.
Okay.
And just try and get them to follow us around a little bit more. And there's lots of fun games that you can play. Like you can run and they'll run with you, and when you stop, they'll stop, and they really get in tune, and you can get their brains working for you without having to get on and have them being silly for the first 10 minutes.
And really, that goes back to the whole natural horsemanship of how to break a horse. So you're really just going back to the roots of that when you're doing those types of things with the horse, free reining or whatever, just playing those little games. Really goes back to the whole John Lyons and natural horsemanship
exactly
teaching.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You're the first one to ever tell me that you like to do that at the beginning of a session.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great thing, though.
Well, and especially like in Canada when you have the indoor and it's all closed in, and the horses, they come out and they're just fresh, because a lot of the times they haven't been able to move around a lot outside because of all of the snow, and their muscles are cold and everything. So their brains are not necessarily where you want them when you first bring them into the ring to start. So it's just so much fun to get out there and just play with them and get them looking for you and just, listening to you a little bit better before you get on.
Well, and that's that bonding time, too, where they grow to respect you a little bit more, and also, just that whole bonding time that you need. And same reason that you do trail rides, and, you don't drill every day. You have to go out on those trail rides and just spend time with them. Exactly.
Yeah, and I think it's so important, and they'll work so much better for you if you give them that little bit of time in the beginning.
Angel Caroli is our spotlight jumper on the 2010 radio show, and I was really happy to hear him say that one of the things he does with all of his show jumping horses is just long trail rides, just walking.
Yep, that's awesome.
And, you don't hear that enough, because we've all known the people that want to drill. You probably have students that are like that. And it's hard to get them away from the fact that it's just as important to build that time and that confidence with your horse by not drilling.
Exactly.
Well, great.
It's amazing how much they will give to you if you approach it in that manner.
Well, that's great. I think that's wonderful advice there, Jessica. I just love that.
Perfect.
Where can people find out more about you?
You can go to jessicaphoenix.ca.
Great. That's jessicaphoenix.ca. And you want to spell Phoenix correctly.
Yes.
Because I spell it incorrectly every time I type your name.
P-H-O-E.
Yeah, you got to remember the O is before the E. For some reason, I just keep wanting to do it wrong.
The backwards of the alphabet.
Thanks, Jessica.
No problem. Thanks, Glenn.
Well, thank you to Jessica for joining us again today. We really appreciate when she stops by. And as we said, you spell her last name Phoenix. I get it. I still get it wrong every time. But Jessica's enjoying her time in Florida. And as we announced on a previous show, she is now pregnant and expecting a baby, I think, at the beginning of April. She's still hoping to be in the running and qualifying for the World Equestrian Games this year for Canada. And we wish her the very best of luck for that, and very best of luck with the new baby coming on the way. Don't forget, you can help support the Horse Radio Network by just visiting horsetipdaily.com. The next time you want to buy something through Amazon, click on the Amazon banner in the middle of the page, and that'll take you to Amazon. It won't cost you any more. You can just buy the items that you were going to buy at Amazon, but Amazon will give us a little bit of affiliate kickback then, and it helps support the Horse Radio Network, and we appreciate you just making the couple of extra clicks and telling your friends and family about that, and it'll help support us and keep people like Jessica coming back. Well, we appreciate you being here. I appreciate you listening, and we'll be back tomorrow with another new expert and another new tip. Until then, stay safe, everyone.